Hey guys, so today I want to talk about how I gain hundreds of divine even while I am sleeping and not playing the game. And this is going to be in the form of investing your currency in the right places. Now, I say investing, but it's not really even investing because in the past, right, we pretty much had the common knowledge, at least most of us, to keep all of our money in divines. And that, in an essence, was investing, but you don't really think about it that way, right? This league, we kind of have to do a little bit more thinking, which is why I guess it is more akin to people thinking about it being investing, but it really is just keeping your currency in places that aren't going to be losing value. Because as we can see right now, and with the rest of the league, the divine is losing value faster than the Iranian real. So don't keep your money in divine orbs. Divine orbs are not safe to keep your money in, unlike most other leagues where divine was basically the currency that always kind of stayed the same or went up in value. So sadly, this league, if you do want to keep your money safe, you can't really keep it in divines anymore. So this site is really cool. This is going to be PoE Ninja. Of course, we know PoE Ninja as the site that we use to go and take a look at builds, right? We get to see what other people are using, what people are playing, what items they're using, their trees, etc. But there is an economy tab as well that takes us over to this little nice handy dandy website that shows us what the economy is doing. So again, we can see that Divine's orbs are dropping. So you don't want to leave your money in your Divine orbs. On top of seeing the currency, you can also see like things like fragments, abyssal bones, uncut gems. Going into them will show you the same information for all of the items as well, which I think is really cool. And this should be helping you guys, I guess, basically educate y'all on what things to keep your money in. Now, of course, there are some high risk investments slash places to keep your money, and there's also some lower risk ones as well. So today I also want to talk about what I think are some relatively good ideas to invest in. Of course, as per usual, this is going to be, I guess, depending on what league you're playing and where you are in the league, it's going to go fluctuate. It's going to go up and down. But typically, I think these places are pretty good to invest in regardless of what league you're in. Though the Divine Orb, again, it usually is good, but this league, sadly, it is not. So take a look at this website if you are looking for your own place to invest, if you want to figure out what you want to invest in. But for those of you guys who don't want to think about it and don't want to go in and min-max everything, here's just some good places that I would recommend you guys put your money in, at least for this league and probably in the future as well, depending on when you're watching this. So first things first, the ancient jawbone. This seems to be something that everybody has been looking for. Everybody's saying that they barely drop. As a result, this is probably something that's good to invest in. And we can see that it has been going up in value over time. You see right now, at least the last snapshot of this website, it is going for about 68 divines for one jawbone. So this is really good to keep your money in. And of course, also, depending on where your current, I guess, wealth is, like how much money you have, you might want to invest in one thing versus another because some things are more expensive than others to invest in. You might not have 68 divines to throw into something, right? So in that case, maybe you might want to go for something smaller, like, maybe a isolation, for example. That's going to be 3.5 divines to invest in, which also seems like a pretty good place to keep your money in right now. But I would say this is definitely one of the more risky ones. Oh, this is not isolation. Sorry, this is suffering. Isolation. There we go. It's 12 divines, right? It's going to be, at least keeping stable, if anything, and then it goes up. So this might be one of the ones that you might want to invest in if it's like, oh, I don't have that much to invest in, but I want a place to keep my money that's going to either not go down or go up, which in this case, it looks like the isolation is keeping stable or going up. But yes, ancient jawbones, very, very good if you have the money for it. Another place that I think is pretty dang good are Omens of Light. Now, we all know there was a little bit of a dip in Omen of Light for just a little bit, but we can see that it is quickly going back up once again. So even with all the people printing Omens of Light, it seems like Omens of Light are still extremely valuable. Now, this is probably because Omen of Light is so easy to churn through, but at the same time, everybody uses it for their crafts, right? Everybody uses the Omen of Light for their last craft, their last final line. You want to have that Omen of Light. That way you can keep rolling it and in the future getting something better and better. That's why even though we are printing Omens of Light, they are still going up in value. I'd say these two are probably some of the best places to put your money right now. Omens of Light and Ancient Jawbones. You 100% should put your money there. And of course, we can't forget about the Mirror of Calandra. This is something that pretty much every single league will continue going up and up and up and up. So that's why a lot of people want to rush to, I guess, the end game early, because that way they can go and put money into mirrors when they're like 90 divs or something like that, right? So Mirrors of Calandra, for those of us who are wealthier, definitely keep it in there. But again, if you're not as wealthy, you can keep it in two of these. Or the other one that I would say right now that most people should keep their money in if you don't have that much money are Chaos Orbs. Chaos Orbs are typically things that are going to be going up in value a lot, because at some point, if you're trying to do some sort of end game craft, you're always going to be spamming Chaos Orbs. So right now, Chaos Orbs are going to be another place to keep your money into, especially for those who don't have as much money to invest in. Other good ones are going to be also Omens of Whittling. This is going to be constantly going up as well. It kind of went down a little bit over here on the weekend, but that's kind of what always happens on the weekend. Things kind of go down, but it's going to continue go up again. And then Fracturing Orbs. They went down a little bit because of the Mirrored Fury bug fix or whatever, but right now they're steadily going back up again. So these are kind of all really good places for you to hold your money right now. Say again, Isolation is a little bit more of a risky play, but it's risky in the sense that it might not go up as much. It seems to be holding good value. But again, I would say all of you guys should use your own judgment. This is by no means real financial advice or whatever. I don't know if I'm required to say that, but I would say that these so far are things that I've observed in the market that are pretty good to keep your money in, just so that you're not losing money. Again, for me, typically, most leagues, I just kind of leave it in Divines because Divines are very safe. But unfortunately, this league, they are not. So I've had to take the time to go and actually figure out the market and try to figure out what I should leave my money in so I don't lose money over time. But yeah, hopefully this video helps you guys out. Again, it doesn't have to be anything real nerdy. You could just be like, okay, you know, Divines are going down. So instead of keeping it in Divines, I'm just going to keep it in Omens of Light. I don't want to bother with anything complicated. And that's going to be a very, very good place to put your money. So yeah, hopefully this video helps you guys out. If it did, please let me know down in the comment section below, as well as any other questions you might have. Also, as per usual, hitting the sub button is a really good way to support the channel and let me know that you like these types of videos. I also stream every single night on twitch.tv/MisoXShiru, so come hang out with me there and chat. But if I can't see you guys there, no worries. Hopefully I'll see y'all on the next video. All right, guys. Peace.